Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Chidera podcast, the best podcast in the world. Yes, I know, I believe, and we all do agree, and we all do believe. So we're calling it the TCO podcast because we're trying to like shorten it. So when I say welcome back to the TCO podcast, we already know what I'm talking about. If this is your first time here, my name is Chidera, and I come on here every Friday to share little gems that help us navigate this life thing better. As I'm learning, I'm sharing. Learning, I'm sharing. I'm giving you. So, you guys, today is a today's episode is quite different, quite unique. I'm actually proud of our growth. Like I'm expanding, like I'm trying to, grow and everything like that. So today I have a guest with me. So, my dear guest, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Tunji. I am a nurse and I'm a part-time punter.
Okay. Okay. Explain. What do you mean by your part-time punter?
So a
Like
punter,
people may understand, but I personally want to understand.
so a punter is quite controversial. There are people who plays bets, mostly sports betting. I mean, there are different types of betting, yeah. But why I said it's controversial is because I feel like people have a soft spot for people who are into crypto, people who are into forex. But whenever it comes to gambling, that's in terms of sports, there's this ideology that it is bad, it is negative.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're doing crypto and you're doing forex, like I mean, you're
Yeah.
also gambling to an
Oh,
extent because you're predicting like the movement of the markets,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Honestly, like personally, I also feel the way like people that do sports bet, they're like gamblers. Like personally, I also have like that. I also think that way. So you're saying it's a real thing?
Yeah, it is, but I don't talk about it as much. Although I feel like people need to get informed. I can understand because people have lost their fortune, but I mean, I feel like there's this ceremonial way being a forex trader sounds. Oh, I'm a forex trader. It sounds ceremonial. Or I am a sports bettor. Like people look at it. So people find it difficult to open up that this is what they do. And yeah, I get that people lose, but I mean people also lose in forex and crypto.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean it is what it is.
Yeah, that's nice. Welcome,
Thank you.
Tunji, my full-time nurse and part-time punter. I hope I got it right. I said punter.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I'm really, really excited to have you on the podcast. And I know my people, like, they're all shouting. They're actually really, really excited to have you here. Thank you for coming and honoring my invite.
Yeah, thank you very
So,
much.
I wanted to have a guest on the podcast this month. And then I came up with this topic, debunking some myths we have in our 20s. And Tunji just felt like the perfect fit for this. Like Tunji has this way he thinks. He's like a Gen Z that's not necessarily a Gen Z. Like he just thinks differently from the from how a normal man would think, which I really appreciate. So I'm like, Tunji is the guy for this podcast. How do you feel knowing that I think that about you?
I mean I'm flattered. Yeah, because I know I am quite controversial in how I think. A lot of people don't agree with the things I say. I feel like I can say whatever I want to say, and the backlash that will come, I really don't care. Yeah, I say things that people want to say, but they don't have the mind to say it.
Say, oh, you're speaking the language of the people. You're
Yeah,
speaking what
like the
people.
gorilla in the room kind of
Okay.
conversation. Yeah,
Wow.
but I don't think is yeah. Probably reading books has informed or has shaped my thinking, but I just feel like it's common sense that a lot of times
Oh yeah.
people no like
Now you're saying people
no
don't really have common sense.
well
Usually
common sense
out
is
for violence.
no common sense is not really common, but at the same time I feel like these are things people know, but
Yeah.
then maybe because of their selfish interest and also because they don't want to offend people, they probably don't talk about it. So but I'm really really flattered and honored to be here.
Yes. He's flattered and honored to be on this big podcast, on the best podcast. Yes. Okay, Tunji. Thank you so much for honoring my invite. So you already told us what you do. You're like a nurse and a part-time punter. So like I have this question because when thinking about this topic, I'm like, okay, Tunji, where you are right now, like your age, everything, phase life you're in, is it when you were younger? Did you picture yourself where you are now? Like, let's say when you were like 16, where did you see yourself, like the age you're in right now, or like in this current phase of life you're in? Like, Is this where you expected? Is this where you saw yourself?
My life has evolved. I feel like when I was much younger, I didn't know about life that much. I mean, I feel like young people are the best dreamers because they don't know anything about finance. Maybe finance is going to be needed to pursue your dreams. It's just dream. Like I mean, when you were small, today you say you want to be a pilot. Tomorrow you can't say something else.
Yeah,
But there are few people who find their passion when they were young.
yeah.
So where I am at now, no, I'm not where I wanted to be because I wanted to pursue something that was football related. Football is one of my hobbies, by the way.
Okay. So you're
Yeah,
like all those kids that when they were young, they were like, I want to be like a footballer.
yeah,
Like all my brothers
yeah.
did that.
I
Like my
was like
brothers
that, but
did.
like the environment you grew up in, Nigeria, your parents say you have to go to school first.
Yeah.
And funny enough, now, like if you go to school, the chances that you would become a professional footballer is really low because now people from 16, like they're professionals. So I'm not where I want to be at this age to answer your question, but I also feel like what I've learned along the line would definitely put me where I want to be.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice to hear. Well, for me, I'm in nowhere close. Like, I'm in nowhere close. I'm a very delusional person, and it happened a lot when I was small. So, like, I always thought like my life ended at 30. I said it's not like my life ended, but I just feel like at 30 you should probably be married, and there's just like a different life after that.
Oh yeah, I think that's like probably that's probably one of the myths I'm going to talk about because people feel like they should have achieved that certain age.
Yeah,
When I realized that Jeff Bezos started Amazon when he was 30, like it gives me a lot of encouragement. I'm not saying that your life is going to follow the same trajectory as other people, but the guy that started Kentucky started it when he was much older. So he
yeah,
tries to tell you that you can do anything at any
at
age.
any age.
I think J.K. Rowling too is one of like my inspirations as well. She was a single mom. She was raising a child, and she was still able to become the. I think she's a billionaire now. She's still able to become the person that she is today. So it tells you that age is just a number, but at the same time, you should work hard and find your
Yeah.
passion. Yeah.
Well, that's all good. That's all good. Like you said, as a child, you just have like dreams or where you want to be, and then we just assume. So I feel like for me, I expected myself to. Oh, okay. I'm not like, man. Maybe I was like, okay, I should have gotten married or something. Maybe I don't know. But I just know I'm not sure where I'm meant to be right now. I'm meant to by this time. Like I'm meant to be like a very big thing. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
get.
married.
That's another issue. That's one issue Gen Zs have. Everybody wants to be superstars at young age. Anyways, when we delve deeper, I'll probably explain better.
Okay, so basically, I don't think Tunji I are where we want to be. But anyhow, anyhow, so like I asked a few of my friends, I asked a few people what they feel like living their best life in their 20s feel like. So I want you to I just want you to tell me what you think about this. So okay, let me make it anonymous. So my first friend said he's like, you need to do everything in your 20s. He doesn't buy the idea that there's still much time. When people are like, oh, you're still young, just live your life now, you figure out things later. So he feels like your 20s is like the building phase, like every single thing you want to do, take a risk when you're in your 20s, like build yourself emotionally, build yourself like your relationship, even sexually, just know yourself basically. Like that is the time for that. You can't be doing trial and error when you're 30. Do your trial and error when you're 20, so you have like a strong foundation. So that's what he said. So what do you have to say about that?
I agree with the vast majority of what he said. I feel like your 20s, I always tell people that they should take risks. I mean, it strikes me hard because just to divert a little bit, I was in
Okay.
church on Sunday and my pastor talked about the part of the Bible that talked about the talent where Jesus gave, okay, not Jesus, but the parable, the owner of the business gave his servants talent and he left them with them. I think the guy that got one talent didn't work on it. He went to bury
Yeah.
it. And I was reading it in the message version translation. And it hits hard because at the end it talked about Jesus, okay, not Jesus, but the owner at the time saying that he didn't give them the talent to save it. He gave them the talent to take risk with
Yeah.
the talent. And that is one reason why I'm not really a big I love saving, don't get me wrong, But I also feel like you should put your money to use, because if you put 20,000 naira in the bank, it's still going to remain 20k. It may even drop if the value of naira should drop.
Drops, yeah.
Yeah, so why not probably put it in, like, even if it's the S&P 500 mutual fund, the index fund, or put it in, I don't know, some business that you feel, if you have good knowledge on investment. So I feel like your 20s, to answer you or to agree or disagree with what your friend said, I feel like it's a time to explore. It's a time to know your passion. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want. I hope I can swear here, but do whatever the fuck you want to do.
You're on the Chidera on a podcast.
Yeah,
Remember.
do whatever you want to do with your life, and work so hard. Read books. Try to get as much information as you think you need. Yeah, so I think what he said is important, because when you start having responsibilities, like you have kids, your wife, you no longer own yourself 100%, right? So
Yeah.
you start thinking, okay, my kids' school fees here and there. But then when you are alone, even if you starve, like you're starving for yourself, I'm not saying you starve, don't get me wrong, but you can take more risks. Basically, that's what I mean. So when you get close to 30, then at least you figured certain things out. It's no longer really trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
But
sad.
like, what
Yeah.
what if like if you is it possible that in your 20s you're doing all the trials and errors and you're still not able to find yourself?
Yeah, it's possible. There are people that, I mean, like I said, the guy who is the, like, the founder of KFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's the story.
yeah, it was late before he found out.
Yeah.
But then another thing is, I feel like people should be intentional, because a lot of people just say, I don't have a passion, and they're okay with it. Yeah, be okay with it, but also strive hard to find whatever you're good at. Ask people, what do you think I'm good at? What do you do effortlessly? What comes naturally
Yeah.
to you? What do you do and you feel happy about? So like, those are one of the ways. You don't just fold your arms and say, okay, I'll find it. Like, you probably never
Yeah,
find out.
but Tunji, that I do feel like it's harder. Like sometimes it's hard for some people. Like there's some people that are still figuring out life. They've still not been able to figure it out. Like the figuring phase is becoming longer than usual.
Well, to be honest, I was talking to my friend, and I said that there's no emotion is independent of itself, right?
Okay.
I'm trying to address when you said it's longer than usual.
Okay.
For example, you meet a guy, you say this guy is ugly. Please, what is the metric to judge that this guy is ugly?
I
You,
don't
you, you don't get. No, I'll explain better. You can say somebody's overweight, but you can put a value on the weight. You can say this person is maybe 120 kg. There's a value.
Okay.
But then what is the metric to judge if somebody is fine? You get, like, that there's no basis of measurement.
Yeah.
And that's why you hear people say, I think love is in the eyes of
No,
the
it's
beholder.
beauty is in the eyes.
Sorry,
of the
beauty
beholder.
exactly.
Like attraction is in my eyes. What I see find attractive. Is
Exactly, because there is no metric to judge. I'm sorry to use example. Sometimes women say the guy doesn't last in bed. Please, what is the general measurement to say if you last this period of time, you've lasted? So you can say that human beings, we create our emotions. For example, the movies you watched told you that you should marry a guy who is tall, who has broad chest.
No, some people just actually want to marry tall guys.
I know, but nobody. When we're giving birth to, our brain is a tabula rasa, right?
Okay.
Empty. My point is, you can't have that emotion without seeing something.
Yeah.
You probably maybe have seen an auntie. My point is, no emotion is independent. That's what I want you to know.
Yeah.
You must have seen something for it. That's why you see women who stayed around guys.
Yeah.
They act like guys.
Yeah,
Why? Because
true.
that's what
Because it's-
influenced them. So something influences. So you can choose to, like, alter it. So to come back to what you said, I don't think there's a time limit to finding yourself out. It's just that the society has created undue pressure. If you find that you're like what you do at 40 is fine. There's this guy, his name is Jim Simmons, he's a mathematician. He started his hedge fund, I think, when he was 40.
Okay.
Exactly. Although he has made a name for himself in mathematics, but he wanted a new change. So that tells you that as long as you are not lazy, you have a job, you are feeding yourself, you have a family, you can still find out what you want to do at certain points in life. I don't think there's a time to say this is too
Okay,
late.
but basically, what my friend is saying, just try your best to do in your 20s. Don't spend your 20s thinking you have time.
Yeah, true.
But like, even if you're not able to figure it out in your 20s, you are living. So far, you're living. The point of living is learning and like it's figuring it out. Like you're living to figure things out. So far, you're alive, you still figure it out at whatever age grade. Are we on the same page?
Yeah, we're on the
Do you
same
agree
page.
with what I just said?
I,
Like, I'm just
I
trying to conclude with what he's saying, because he's saying that do everything in your 20s, take risks
yeah,
in your
I
20s.
agree. I'm just saying if you don't beat yourself so hard,
Okay.
because a lot of people get depressed with these things.
Yeah, so it's not like it's the end of the world.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
or you can say, "Oh, my friend is doing well in his business." You haven't
Yeah.
yet found yourself out. Yes, you are fine to feel bad, but don't now think you are less of yourself because you
Yeah.
haven't. As long as you are trying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then there's this other thing. There are some people that don't know their talent. Like, they don't know what they are good at. A situation whereby all my friends have businesses, and I just feel like I'm not a business girl. It's not my thing. And then I'm like, maybe I just studied a course and I'm just probably working in the same line. And then some people feel like they don't know their talent, and it kind of weighs them down, because maybe they see their friends, maybe they're into YouTube, podcast, content creation, something, and them they're just there. Like, it weighs them down because they just feel like they're not really so good at anything.
I feel like your talents are one of the easiest things to spot. The problem is
But people actually
the problem is commercializing your talent.
okay,
Yeah, for example, you may be good at, let's say, public speaking.
okay.
The next thing is, how can I make money off public
Of
speaking?
public speaking.
Right? Because some talents just sound, for example, you can see a child who's a talkative, and as a parent, you'll be like, stop talking too much, you're in public. But then that may be what the child is good at.
Yeah.
The child likes talking. There's some people who can't talk for that long, they get exhausted.
Yeah.
But then the child can't talk for that long. So I feel talent is easy to spot because there's something special about everybody. If you ask your friend, what do you think I'm good at? They can say, oh, this thing I'm good
So
at.
but the thing is, like, putting it out there. Like, this thing is like you said, monetizing it. Like, putting it out there for people to know that, right?
Yeah, commercializing it, basically.
Commercializing
Turning it to something you can make money
yeah,
from.
Make money from.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Even if they know their talent, it's like, okay, I can do this, but so
I feel like I actually feel like the bigger problem is people who are multi-talented.
Yeah.
Because they end up not choosing anything.
True.
They try to hold everything together.
Yeah.
You can sing, you can dance, you are very, very good academically. But at some point you have to pick one.
Yeah.
There's a quote that says a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. So at some point you have to let go of others, and economics, that's called alternative foregone. You must say, okay, I choose this. And crazy part is other ones can come in handy in the one that you picked, right? So sometimes I have issues who are multi-talented because they never excel at one thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, always like, everywhere.
Exactly. Basically.
But for the multi-talented, I just feel like they shouldn't commercialize everything. Personally, do you think they should commercialize everything?
The thing is, they are not.
At the end of the day, there are some things that could just be hobbies.
Exactly what I was about to say. Take for example, what's this guy's name? He's my mentor. Oh my god, Warren Buffett.
You can't remember.
Warren Buffett. Yeah.
Please, you guys. Please, Warren Buffett, if you hear this, Tunji talks a lot. Like, I cannot have a conversation with Tunji without him calling Warren Buffett.
No, I love
Oh my
Warren Buffett.
god. Oh my god. Like, wow. Continue, sorry.
Yeah, so Warren Buffett plays an instrument called, I think it's ukulele or something.
Okay, he plays an instrument called ukulele.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm probably not pronouncing it well.
Okay, only. I think it's only. I think I've seen.
I don't even know, but it looks kind of like a guitar, like that's strange.
Yeah, I think it's the cello. Is it cello?
I don't even know.
I think it's the cello.
To be honest, but I know he's fairly good at it, right?
Okay.
But I don't think he would have done so well than him picking investment. So some things are hobbies, some things are things you unwind with.
Yeah.
For example, you can become a good game player.
Yeah.
But then you use it as a hobby. I'm not saying you can't chase gaming. I like this age and time now because you can literally turn anything to money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can commercialize
exactly.
anything.
Some people are gamers and that's their job.
Yeah.
So you just have to come to a point where you say, I think I'm better than this than the rest.
Yeah.
And I want to pick this. But others, I just do it for fun. And I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's the thing. So I know someone who's good in writing. She's good in cooking. She's good in drawing. Like, she just has a lot of things. And the only thing she commercialized was the writing, because she's now like an author. And then she just does cooking for fun. And she always says it. She even has like a whole Instagram page for cooking. But she always mentions that she's not a chef. Nobody should call her for booking of anything. She just cooks because she loves it. So there's some things you just like. Even if you're like so multi-talented, just pick what you want to use. I just feel like you should even commercialize everything. It's not good for your mental health. Let some things be your escape. Let some things just be what you do.
Yeah, and you can't hold so many things at the same time. I feel like if you focus on one thing, even Paul said it in the Bible, this one thing I do. So there's power in one thing, there's power in
Yeah,
focus,
yeah,
right?
focusing on one thing.
So
And you're able
it
to
reminds me of the dinner that Warren Buffett and Steve no Warren Buffett and
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett and, oh my god, and Bill Gates had when they were much younger. And apparently Bill Gates did not know Warren Buffett, so his parents told him to come over, and they went on talking and talking, and his
Yeah.
parents were surprised because Bill Gates is always to himself, and they
Like for people that may not know, can you tell us who Warren Buffett is?
okay. So Warren Buffett is an investor. He's arguably the greatest investor to ever live. Yeah, he's in the I think he's about he has stayed top 10 in the Forbes list for God knows how many years. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's who Warren Buffett is. I just got to know that he's not really as popular as I think he is. So apparently, I think his dad, I can't really remember, told them to write down one thing that made them so good at what they do on a piece of paper, and two of them wrote focus. Like they have never talked about it. They wrote focus together. So it tells you the power of focus. Just
Yeah,
doing one thing,
yeah.
and that's why the world rewards people who focus on less of less than people who focus on more and more, because
Yeah,
the
so
world pays you
it's
for
better
that.
to be a master, a jack of all trades. It's better to be a master of one than jack of all trades.
Yeah, but I also believe in having little pieces of knowledge in different areas of
Area,
life.
so you're able to. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Okay, so my second, thank you so much. Very lengthy one, but this is the second one, sha. So the second person I reached out to, she expresses the need to break the norm when you're in your 20s. So she's like, make sure you take risk, make sure you're not living the life your parents want you to live. Because our parents are trying to safeguard us a lot. So they want you to live. What I think is that parents want you to live the life they couldn't live. So they want to make sure, because I hear my parents say, you do what I didn't do. When they pray for me, you do what I didn't do. Where I stopped, you continue. Do you understand? So they
Yeah.
always want us to kind of like live the life they were not able to live. But it's also important that you don't live their life. You live your own life. So she said, in your 20s, you know what is yours. Take enough risk. Like, if anything that's in your heart, go for it. And even if it doesn't really succeed, like at least you tried, at least you went for it. It's better than sitting still, folding your arms, not knowing what will happen. What if not knowing what will happen if you didn't, try.
Yeah,
So
I think I agree with it. I mean, shout out to all the parents out there. And
I love you,
I'm not,
mommy, because you're listening.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that. Like, I'm not trying to say anything negative about you, but I just believe that everybody should come to the point. Because whenever I hear people speak and they keep saying things like, "This is what my dad wanted me to do," and this is also a reason why I feel like if you have the means, and if you want to, you should leave your parents' house. Yeah, because
At what age though? That's a different topic. Like, at what age do you think a guy or a girl should pack out should be going?
I think from 20 you're fine. I mean, in the abroad, like
From 20, you can live on your own.
yeah,
And if you're a guy,
I'm coming. Yeah,
okay.
like it may sound weird, but I'm not trying to compare, but like people in Silicon Valley, 1920, they're doing big things. They're changing the world, right? So what is stopping you in the US, for example? It is almost a norm where at an age, whether you like it or not, your parents are going to send you out. What it does is it creates a sense of responsibility, whether you like it or not. You are not comfortable, and the real you comes out when you're not comfortable. You
Okay.
like you grow. You do your your limits get stretched and expand.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's by force, and I'm not saying you should use it to judge people. It's fine if you're staying with your parents, but then why I said that was because
When you said that at age 20, we should leave our parents' house.
yeah, I feel like it is a good age to leave. You make mistakes on your own. You'll be fine.
You guys, okay, continue.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Are we meant to now think of our lives? Because some of us, we're above 20.
Okay, chill.
And there's no even plan
yeah.
to leave.
By the way, if you live by 20, not necessarily you stay on your own. You can get an apartment, you and somebody. I mean, there are a lot of our folks here who probably didn't study in Nigeria, right? They traveled. And then their parents are not with them.
But like, in Nigerian home setting, most parents will not even let you leave, especially if you're a girl. Like my parents personally feel like as a lady, you should leave your parents' house when you're married.
Exactly what I'm saying. That I'm not saying it is by force, but if you can, especially as a guy, if you can leave, because what that does for you is, for example, if you are doing a business and you're living with your parents, they're going to know about the business, whether I
Yeah,
like it or not, because you're in your house. Especially if maybe you're doing a 9 to 5 and you're combining it with a personal side hustle.
yeah,
But then if you're on your own, they're literally not going to know unless you tell them.
yeah. But Tunji, you're really putting pressure on people who have not figured out their
No,
shit
I'm
at
not.
20.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is what I'm saying is that if you want to
You
go
putting us in a
slow,
tight spot. What are you trying to
no,
tell us?
if you want
So
to go
because we've
slowly,
not figured out our life.
yeah, but if you want to go slowly, you can go. If you haven't figured it out yet, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, do a lot of things, read books, explore, do things for you to know if this is what you want. But as soon as you find it out, you need to start work ASAP. So with what she said, I agree 100%. I
Yeah,
rather take risk and
yeah. Take
fail
risk out.
than not to take
Take
risk.
risk out
I
and
mean,
fail.
we have like we've both worked in the hospital, and I guess sad when I see people on the risk of death and they
Yeah,
haven't done things that they
things they
wish
want
they
to
could have
do.
done.
But honestly, I think for everybody like that wants to die, what what's important for them at that point is how they live their life.
Yeah,
Like how
fact.
was their relationship with their wife? How was the relationship with their children? Like that's what they think about a lot on their deathbed. They don't really think about how much they've achieved in terms of money. It's more of like the people that are with them,
Yeah, people, the lives that
the
they've
lives
touched.
they've touched. That's like, and I think it may just explains better what life is about.
Yeah, life is about touching lives. I mean, I still go back to the Bible when the girl called Rhoda was dead, and the women came to meet Jesus, and they were showing Jesus like the things that she has done.
Yeah,
Oh, she saw this clothes for me. Oh, she did this. So they were even telling Jesus to heal. They were telling Jesus what she had done,
yeah,
and Jesus was moved. So I mean, everybody should just have a sense of leaving a mark in the sometime
yeah.
of
Of
life
life.
where people can say you did this, and it doesn't have to be anything big. You don't have to
Yeah,
invent anything.
just
Just
have
just live life
impact.
better than you
Yeah,
and than you met it. Yeah.
true. Good, good. We're still debunking myths that you all have in your 20s. I know we've really touched a lot of angles, but that's still our topic for today. So, Tunji, I always have people tell me that I'm only this young once. I'm only in my 20s once. What do they mean by that?
Oh, I love this. So people say that because I feel like, and I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm about to say. But I feel like there are certain things you can only do at certain times in your life when you're young. For example, when you were a kid, you play with sand, right?
Yeah.
You play with sand, you do mommy and daddy, you do hide and seek. You can't do that now. Even if you do that now,
That's true.
maybe you're doing it with your nieces, they are tiny, but you can't do it for long.
If not, actually, if you
Yeah,
do it now, it's quite abnormal.
exactly. Or maybe you're going, rain is funny, you're going out the rain to bathe under the rain.
Yeah,
Like who does
oh
that
my
now?
god, that's so true.
Exactly.
Like there are things you can't do now. If not, people are going to look at you
Or
funny.
people who roll the tires,
Yeah.
like when they were little.
Oh my
Or you
god.
do
Those
like
days are really
you
not
shoot
coming back.
gun, like exactly, you buy toy guns and
And
then
then you shoot.
yeah. So like there are a
Or
lot
you
of
run
things
around naked. Oh my god. Now
you
like
get.
that's
You get. So you can't do certain things again. Certain things are age bound.
Yeah.
So I feel like I feel like you enjoy. I don't want to say you enjoy money early. I don't want to sound too monetary now. But then you enjoy your success. You can enjoy your success any time of your life. But then it's almost like you enjoy more. For example, at this age, you're not yet married, so you can go to the club whenever you want to go to the club. You can go to the beach. You literally don't owe anybody an explanation of how you live your life, except probably your parents. And if you are living on your own, arguably you don't really owe anybody. You can literally do whatever you deem fit with your life.
Yeah.
But then where I feel people misconstruct it is they now start having social vices, which has a negative effect on their health.
Yeah.
They drink, they smoke, they some have they just sleep around,
Yeah.
all in the name of I want to live my best life, right? So when it comes to the negativity part of it, that's where I have an issue. But I feel like if it's in terms of explore, yeah, go out. Like you can go to a coffee shop, you can
Mm-hmm.
just basically do hang around with friends. Yeah, I think in your 20s, you can live. Because when you get married, trust me, even if you want to do those things, you can't do it as much
Yeah,
as
as you did.
yeah, because you have people you're answerable to. You're answerable to your kids. You're answerable to your wife. You can't come back any time of the day any
Yeah.
longer. She's going to ask you where were you. So and she's doing it
Yeah.
out of love. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you're answerable to people. You are
Yeah, so
now
you're not as
yeah,
free as you used to be.
exactly. Even if you want to be, but you can't do it as much
So
as
now
you.
you're saying that I better live my best life now.
I don't want to target your best life because it makes it look like if you've passed that age, it's no longer your best life.
Yeah.
See, so I'm saying
Yeah.
about people
Yeah.
about people having like your opinions are not independent of it. Who told you it's your best life?
Yeah, honestly, because is this actually your best life?
Exactly, because
Is this thing is
do
this
you get
actually the best
because
life?
you can be in your 50 and
That's when you're living
yeah,
your
so
best
every day
life.
should be your best life in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't target as
So
okay.
your 20s are your best life. Because everyone has this opinion. Live your best life in your 20s. Your 20s are they're not coming back. Your 20s are the best years of your life. And they all say things like that.
Yeah, I just feel you should live a life to the point where you know that you live like you actually did whatever like
You
what you want.
lived.
Yes, you had
Like,
fun, you did
you
whatever you
lived.
want to do. But targeting it as best life now, that's one of the constrictions that we have.
Full house. Yeah, that's like I think I would do that as something to take home. Like make sure you live your life. Make sure at the end of the life you live is yours and not someone else's life.
Yeah,
Like you did everything that you wanted to do, everything that your heart
yeah,
gave you.
and create like sorry to cut you short,
Okay.
but I always pray to God that God should help me bypass my emotions. So certain things you have in your brain are not really true. It's people that brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you said, your best life at 20. Nobody said it's your best life.
Yeah.
The woman you are with, who told you that a certain body type. I mean, I was reading an article back in the day, Chidera. And then, do you know that having like a big bum at the time was an abomination?
Like big bumble.
Yeah, not really abomination, but like it wasn't fancy to guys.
Okay.
But then now, as a girl, like if you don't,
Yeah, because normally what people consider as model bodies are like real slim, like slim.
yeah, like if the models that you see, like they're like tall,
Yeah,
like they're slim, yeah. So my point is, have what you want. People shouldn't dictate. Oh, this is the kind of babe. If you're not thick now, some people have like they have body dysmorphia, for example. So these are things that we need to. All ideas are based on emotions that the world has given you. So you need to tell God to help you bypass your emotions.
Yeah, true. Like, and know yourself. Like, all those things are because you're trying to fit into society.
Yeah.
Like, you should be proud enough. You should just know yourself and own what you want, own what you like, and not let internet cloud your mind. Like, for girls now, if you have a particular judgment of what you want in a man, your fellow girl should not be able to tell you, oh, if he's not tall, if he doesn't have this amount in his bank account, you can't be with him. So you should just
that's like another
you should go and settle with
conversation.
people that don't have money, but basically you get like just know what you want and stick with what you want.
Yeah.
Wow, Tunji, we've gone. We've spoken. So like, I just wanted to have this episode because I know people have like a lot of myths they have, and one myth is you have to have your life figured out at 20. People say your best life is your best, and that's what makes people keeps people under pressure because they feel like this is their best, like they're not getting this back, and then depression and different things setting when they are not,
Yeah, to be honest, it's not easy. I mean, we're in a world of social media now, and it's sad because the people who know are not speaking. People who think they know are speaking, and like I
think they know.
Yeah, people who think they know are speaking, and the worst kind of ignorance is bold people who are ignorant. I mean, there are people who are ignorant, but then they are very, very bold about it, and then they spew rubbish. So people tend to, and I feel like it's women. I'm not tackling women now, but women are more prone to be influenced because that's the way they were created, right?
Yeah.
So they get motivated from the outside than men from the inside. So, like, to be honest, it's sad because there are a lot of things you hear. For example, you should have found the one that you want to get married to by a particular time.
Oh my god, this is a very strong thing.
Yeah, I mean, who told you that by this age you should have found the right person? I mean, do your due diligence here, but don't let people define things. It's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong.
Honestly, it's really easy.
Yeah, and that's why it's good to have a good circle of friends. Because sometimes my friends even remind me of the things I believe in. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I just feel like you should try your best. to do what is right to you, and have a very, very strong circle of friends around you.
How do you create that though?
How do you create that? First of all, you should look for quality over quantity. If it's one person that you have that you know that this is the person, it's fine. And also do not use time to judge. Oh, I've been friends with this person since
Yeah,
high
that's a
school.
very
Oh, I've been friends with this girl since this. Sometimes you meet people in your life and you're like, why has this person been on my
my
life?
life.
So you shouldn't judge the authenticity of a friend from time. You should judge from you should
Why are you
you should judge.
laughing?
No, because I just feel like a friend came into my life at a certain point where I didn't know. I believe in female friends, but then sometimes a female friend will come at a time that I never did expect, because I was always more open to my male friends, right?
Yeah.
With my insecurities, but then I never knew that a woman would
You
like
change
will
your
have,
life. He
yeah,
didn't
would that
know.
will
He
have
didn't
that.
know women
I
can
mean, we're
change
just friends
his
anyways.
life.
But
He didn't
basically,
know women can change his life. Sorry.
oh god. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that if it's just one person you have in your circle, fine. It's cool. If it's two, it's
Yeah.
fine. Don't look for majority. If you haven't met a friend like that you met from high school in years, take that as a new friendship, because you don't know
Yeah.
how, like, who they are now. You don't know how they've
Yeah.
evolved. The person you met then is not the same person. And I meet them positively and negatively. The person was a bad person. The person sleeps around. How about if the person is now okay now? I'm not trying to judge people who sleep around. Don't get me wrong. But then whatever you see that you're not comfortable with, but it's been long you've met the person, be open to meeting up with them. There might be like new people, and people who appeared good then, they might not be good anymore. So it's just very, very good to be self-aware and
Yeah.
always choose quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity, guys. Always. Quality over quantity. Okay, thank you so much, Tunji. I feel this was a
You're
really good
welcome.
meal. We're cooking something really good for people to listen to. So, do you have anything before? I think we've finally come to the end, because I think we've touched meet people have in their 20s. You need to have things figured out. You have to settle
Yeah,
down with
I think we've touched
someone.
everything.
Yeah, I feel we've touched basically anything. But you guys, if you feel there's some certain myths that we didn't talk about, please feel free to let me know.
And I've talked about relationship anyways, but that's a different
Yeah, that's
conversation.
like a very
Because there are a
people
lot
have like
of
a very different
relationship myths that people have.
have.
Yeah, but
That's another episode.
yeah, I know. Like that's
Eh,
like I don't even want to go
yeah,
into
that's
that.
like another
That's different.
episode.
Yeah.
So you do this with me again. Let's do like a myth on
If the people want,
relationships. You guys, I'm sure you guys want. Okay, people,
we'll
I'll
see.
probably put up.
I don't know if they will like it anyways. Yeah.
They will love it. These people, all these boys and girls, they will love it. I know. I'm speaking on their behalf. They will love it.
Let's see. I mean, the comments will tell.
Yeah, the comments will tell. So basically, if you feel like there's any myth that we've not talked about that we need to debunk that people have in their 20s, please let me know. You can put it out or text me on our podcast Instagram, the Chidera on our podcast, or just reach out to me. And if you want myths about relationship, which I already know you guys want, let us know as well. So we finally come to the end. Tunji, thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring
Thank you
the
very
invite.
much. I'm so honored to be here.
Thank you. So do you have like anything like I want you to like just like drop the mic. What do you say? Like just do you have anything you want to share? Like you can call it like your take home assignments that you want the whole world to know. It doesn't necessarily need to be related to this whole thing, but just something you feel like the whole world should know.
Okay, I can't remember who said this, but there's a quote that says, "I am not who I think I am. I am not what." Sorry, I'm not who. Yeah, I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who you think. Yeah, because I've told you a lot. I am who I think you think I am. So, basically, what that quote is trying to say is that most of the times what people say may not be true, and it may be true. Most of the times what you think may be true may not be true. So most of the times the things that are true are things that you can agree on and the other person may agree on. For example, you go to an event, you greet somebody, the person doesn't reply you. The person probably is having a hard time. The person probably didn't like hear you.
Yeah.
But then you've already come to a conclusion that this person is proud. And there's also this stupid thing we have in society where if you say you're good at what you do, they say you're being proud, right? And it's an issue I've found with African people, or let me say black, but let me say Africans. It's almost like a taboo to say I am the best at what I do. Yeah, because they see it as, oh, you're being arrogant and shit. But I mean, my Ali always said he was the best boxer when he was still Cristiano Ronaldo also says he's the best footballer.
So
So
kind of like manifesting or fake it till you make it or what?
no, it's almost like believing in your abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, that also comes with hard work anyways, but it's believing in yourself. It's almost like you're self-affirming. So my point is that be careful to write people off or to criticize them. Know them for who they are. Some people are very, very sweet when you get to know them. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who I think you think I am. Yeah.
Her, period, full stop, comma, sorry, it's full stop, comma is continuable. That's the end. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tunji, for joining us. You guys already know the drill. Share this episode to everybody. Tell the whole world that Chidera on How Funny has a guest on her podcast. We're finally expanding. And we'll be back, hopefully, if Tunji does this with me again, with another episode. Bye, guys.
All right.
Tunji, tell the world bye bye.
Bye.